So hello and welcome to DesignChat, the best live design discussion on the internet. I'm your host, Ryan McGovern. On Twitter, I'm at Hoobajoob and at DesignChat. Every week we get together when we bring together some of the coolest people from the design community to share them with you because you guys are important. And that means that every week you get to come to a live experience and ask questions. It's kind of like a little design conference every week. And the people we bring on, look at the list, guys. It's amazing. And you guys are amazing. The Post family.
Oh, thank you so much.
I always do a little golf clap. Thanks, guys, for coming on tonight.
Thank you. For sure.
Thank you for having
Sorry,
us.
say that again?
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
Clap.
you.
Claps.
Thank you. Yeah, awesome. I'm so stoked about this. There's always a little lag. We'll have a little bit of dealing with that, but it really should be no big deal. It's so great to get you guys on. We've had a lot of people on from Chicago. We've just recently had a design collective on of all women called Quite Strong. It was a lot of fun. I'm actually seeing one of them in the chat room right now, Elaine. Hello, Elaine. Good to see you guys. So, all right. So the very first thing we always do when we kick off is for people who just plain old live under a rock and they have no idea who you are. Let's go around the room, introduce yourselves, and then who Post is as a family.
Hi, I'm Alex.
I'm Rod.
I'm Sam.
And I'm Chad.
Do you want to know more about us?
And then, we're missing
Definitely.
a couple people. We're missing Scott,
Scott's
David,
not here.
and Davey. Yes.
Right.
And that is the entire Post family.
Davey's in Prague.
So
I hope he's watching.
you've got a total of 7 people in the Post family.
Correct.
How long have you guys been a group, and how did it start, and just a brief history?
You're really good at talking.
Chad's jumping in here.
We started 3 years ago, right?
Yep.
And basically we kind of started as 6 creative people in boring jobs that wanted to get back to making with their hands and have like a place to kind of share ideas, and that kind of evolved into us renting a studio space together, which evolved into us writing a blog, which evolved into us getting a gallery and expanding our space, which evolved into us having way too many events, so now we don't make anything anymore, and now we're here right now.
Yeah, that's right. We were in
Awesome.
Typeface. Somebody just tweeted that, or whatever that is.
What is that?
That's a chat, I think.
Is this chat or is this live tweet?
That's Twitter. That's
That's
the
Twitter.
chat.
And that's chat. Okay.
We're just buckling in here.
Yeah, I gotta
Yeah,
get used to
right.
this.
Yeah,
It's
it's
super
very-
awkward.
It's a lot to take in all at the same time. It's really crazy, and I tell you what, it took me a good full year to get used to talking to people on this, to finally feel comfortable with it. And then add in the fact that sometimes there's a lag and it gets like crazy awkward because I'll ask a question and there's like 10 seconds of me just like staring at the screen like this, like just waiting for something. But it it gets a little easier. You guys will slip into it. But
Okay.
so all right. So you guys were in. Let's talk about that. I'm glad somebody brought it up. You guys were in Typeface, the Typeface film. So if you guys in the chat room are not familiar with this, this is a documentary about the Hamilton Type Museum up in Wisconsin. Highly recommend it. Go find it. It's very inspiring. Hamilton Type Museum has all sorts of presses, and most of them are based in wood type press. And they put on events. You can go there and you can print whatever you want. But it's also a museum. It's like a working museum. So how did you guys get involved in that film and sort of get featured in your group and then talking about the museum?
It was a pretty organic experience, actually. Scott and I were up there a number of years ago just to visit, and they happened to be shooting the same day that we went to the museum, and then we let the crew know that we were interested in what they were doing, and like 4 years down the line, they emailed us to see if we would be interested in attending a fundraiser event that they were doing for the film. And when Justine, the director, emailed me, I told her that we just moved into a studio space and bought a letterpress, and she was excited to come over and kind of see our space. And I don't think she came over individually. She just kind of showed up with like 3 sound guys and 2 cameras and walked around the space and saw what we were up to. So And then it kind of expanded to. Didn't they follow you at work, Alex?
Yeah, and then they came and raided my office at Ogilvy, and that was pretty fun.
They did the Renegade. They followed us at.
They
Renegade.
followed us at the Renegade Craft Fair. That was pretty fun. It was, yeah. They really got into our lives.
It was great though. The
That's
team
awesome.
over at Cartempuan is awesome. Really, really good crew, and the people up at Hamilton too. Like,
are awesome.
Such inspiring people. It's really great to be around that kind of energy, and we have a lot of that in this city. So
That's awesome to hear a little bit of insight into that. You know, that it was just happenstance that you guys were going to hang out on the same day that they were shooting, and B that that they took an interest in what you guys were doing, and then it was that sort of organic, natural kind of thing. There was nothing forced about it. And it kind of speaks to the idea of your group even coming together at all. You know, like just a group of people who have common interests and common likes, right? And it's all about design, and that's going to happen naturally too. None of that's forced. That only happens because it's the right time and right place for that sort of thing to happen. So, with you guys being together for 3 years now, is this something like, is it turning out the way that you thought it was? Did you even know what it was going to be right when you started?
No.
Hell no.
Hell no.
and somebody asked if we have big name day jobs. You want to talk about the day jobs, everybody?
Yeah, Ogilvy. That's my big name.
It's a pretty big name.
I think like just
It's a big name. Yeah. It's a pretty big deal. We do advertising. I can't talk shit about this online. Come on, guys. This is a setup. Smug much. Yeah.
I think the thing that's really cool about what we've got, what's happened with us is we didn't expect for any of this to happen. We all had jobs, doing sort of a 9 to 5 thing in some regard. Some of us worked for ourselves, but worked for clients. Others worked at agencies or like just kind of worked around, and we all sort of had this idea that we just wanted a place to make things, and that was it. That was like our only goal, and we actually were able to achieve that way faster than we ever expected. And everything that's happened since then is just been a surprise and fun, easy to watch. We need to put more power on this computer.
Get the power down there.
Get that power.
Oh, hold on, we need power.
So since we started, all of us were kind of in these 9 to 5 jobs. Since about half of us have quit that and just are independent and freelance. It's been in 3 years, to get half of us moving and dealing with clients on our own and not under one big umbrella is, I think it's a pretty big feat, right? Like
It's huge.
And that's kind of what we all wanted to be doing, being in charge of our own time, and a couple of us are able to do that a little bit more. And as time progresses, even the people in the bigger jobs are getting a little bit more time and spread out because the people that they're working with know about us and they are a little bit more lenient with them, I hope. Right, Alex?
That'd be great. No, I started out in freelance and just kind of roaming around the city, getting used to it after school, and then just happened upon a really great group of people at Ogilvy. And if anything, they've kind of helped my position there and in transitioning in the post family. They've kind of fed off each other in different ways that are both positive, and I've definitely just learned a lot from that crazy spectrum of being in a huge advertising agency and being in the post family, and you can just learn so much from bouncing back between those things day to day.
What's so great too that I think it's like even like individually at Ogilvy, a lot of people on Alex's team are super supportive in so much that like they've given us freelance work within the office and are very supportive of what we're doing. We've one of the people there donated a lot of metal type to us, right? Wasn't David from?
Yeah.
We
got 6 cases of all our lead type from Ogilvy persons.
Nice.
Yeah. So the individuals within the teams there are we are big fans of them, and in turn they're big fans of ours. So it's a nice little network. Everybody is stoked about what each other's doing and really wants to support each other as much as we can.
I'm totally feeling
about
that
the
in a
people.
broader sense of like design community right now, because we are seeing these interactions like similar things to what we're doing right now, where it's easier to reach out and understand what everybody's doing at the same time. Instead of 20 years ago, where the only way that you saw what everybody else was doing was by checking the design annuals. Now we get this constant feed of like just crazy awesome work that's going on, and this is the perfect time for something like this to happen for you guys, because other people are feeding off of it. You just said people are feeding you work because they appreciate what you do and they want to see you succeed. I should mention that we do take questions from the audience. The chat room will go ahead and kind of do their thing, but guys in the chat room, you can click the little light bulb button and you can submit a question either in text form, or if you have a webcam, submit a video question. Just write a brief description of what you want to ask.
Man, videos.
We'll screen your call essentially, and we'll get you on video. So, yeah, should be awesome. Please ask.
I love video
questions.
daily doubles.
Yes, those are the daily doubles of design.
We're not.
Yes. Yeah, like play a song for us. Ask us an audio question.
We are not talking anymore until we get a video question.
Yes.
Exactly. You're just gonna be silent.
Video
I've been actually telling the guys, like, I want to build in the guys at Vocal. I want to build in like audio like cues that I can cue up like a cheesy radio show, like as we do those sorts of things. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're on until we had a little bit of a break, probably about 10 minutes. We're on until 9 o'clock. So please ask your questions early, and we will get to them. I promise. Okay.
And often.
First order of business is Luke Williams said that I had to tell Chad and Scott that he said hello. He won't be able to make it tonight. So Luke Williams says hello to Chad and Scott.
We did say that. Hello, Luke. I know you will watch this in the future, and you will appreciate this message.
Chad,
Hello,
do you have a message for
future
Luke in the future? Future Luke?
Future Luke. Hello, this is past Chad. I know you will appreciate this because I'm talking about you in the past when you're in the future.
Future Luke to past Chad.
The end.
The end. Nice.
Well, you have to warn him. You have to warn him of something in the future. That's how it works.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
And that would
How was
be
that?
Awkward.
Don't eat grilled cheese on Wednesdays. That's all I'm saying, Luke. No grilled cheese on Wednesdays.
Yeah, look out behind.
because
you
eventually
like
it'll be illegal.
It will be.
Sure.
So, we got sort of a brief history on you guys. What are some events that are going on? You were just saying that you guys have been doing so many events lately that you haven't had time to do work. What are those events, and how can people interact with you guys?
So when we started, we didn't do very many events, and then we moved to a space, a different space in our building that was a former gallery. So we really got lucky with a beautiful white wall, kind of tracklit gallery, and since we've had that opportunity, we've done a lot of shows. Over the last year or so, we've done, nearly, like, I think around 10 shows. And our last show sort of the year, and we're going to be doing shows slower in the future so we could focus more on the core of what we wanted to do, which was make things for fun. But we have a show Friday night. It's actually for my mother, who's a ridiculously talented painter.
We can't pick up the computer and show them it, can we?
Oh, we have that cord. Maybe later we can go on the wireless. We'll give you a sneak peek
there's
to
literally
Totally.
hundreds of paintings on the wall right now. Hundreds of paintings, and it's pretty overwhelming because as she's putting this up, we'll see faces that we recognize that she happened to meet on like Facebook or something, and they happen to be in our network of friends. So it'll be funny to see people come through the space and see themselves on the wall. I think that'll be kind of cool experience.
To
'Cause I
see
don't think any of
themselves
them
naked. Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't a lot of nakedness.
A
I
lot
don't think
of-
any of them have seen final pieces.
There's a
usually,
lot of
right?
nakedness.
Yeah.
That
So
show
what
is
she's
Friday.
doing is she's
Friday.
going out
From
on
like
social
6 to
networks and
12.
she's finding pictures of people and then painting them.
She has done that. My mom got into my mom got into the Facebook, and she started she started painting like profile images, which are pretty interesting because I think people pay a lot of attention to their profile image, and it's pretty funny to get a good painting of it.
Doesn't she come like invite people from Facebook though to come into her studio and render them?
Absolutely. I mean, anyone who's a live participant right now, if you'd like to model nude or not nude for my mother, you are just drop us a line at sam@thepostfamily.com.
Can we also
You
plug
might want
Facebook?
to. I was gonna say you might want to get a hold of her directly.
Yeah, and we
Not
can
through
we can
Sam.
we can type
Sam's
you in.
creep.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So anyone in the chat room, you got to when you do that, you got to have a DesignChat logo behind you, so they know that it started from here.
This is the spot.
Definitely.
No creepers.
We've got a couple questions coming in, and we're gonna just keep on picking them up as they go. The first question we're taking tonight is from Adam Groom, who asks, "Tell us about the artwork in the background. Yeah, what's behind you?"
Oh yeah.
See, I was gonna change the artwork in the background because it's always David's, which is beautiful artwork. Don't get me wrong.
But he's not here.
But he's not here, so he shouldn't be on the wall. But what it is it's some really large wood type that was printed at Hamilton. Both actually pieces are his. The one directly behind us, and then the one a little bit farther. But Hamilton has been very gracious with us and let us print up at their space every once in a while, and they have a really large collection of oversized wood type that we get to dive into every once in a while. Maybe once a year or so we're able to go up there. But we kind of do work trade up there. We go up there and we help them organize some type and clean up the space, and then we get a couple hours to print. So it's a good balance. They appreciate the help up there, and we appreciate them letting us print every once in a while. So it's nice.
We should address that. That's one of their major problems that they expressed in that documentary is that they have this humongous collection of type, and it's from all over the place, and it's not organized, which means it can't really be used, and it can't be. They don't even know what they don't. They were saying in the documentary they don't even know what half of it is because they haven't even opened these boxes. So it's definitely a worthy cause. If ever you guys travel up there, people in the chat room, ask how you guys can help because the more hands, the better.
We sent Tell them we sent you and you're there to work.
But it's a pretty. If you've never been there, it's a ridiculously amazing place. There's more type than you've ever seen, and I mean, if you don't know that much about wood type, the thing that I found so amazing about it is each piece is like a single artifact, and when it's gone, it's gone. So there's these, I mean, tens of thousands of, I mean, hundreds of thousands of pieces of type that will never be made again, that are just sort of there to be classified. It's like vast and pretty crazy thing to see, and it's cool to see how it progresses over time, but they've got a lot of type to sort.
For those in the audience who maybe are just getting started in design school and perhaps have never even heard of what wood press type is, give a brief history on that and how it works at the Hamilton Museum.
Oh man, if you're in school and your professors haven't told you about wood type, then they need to get fired immediately. I'm kidding. Wood type is really a brief history. Wood type was created at kind of the advent of like the major advertising age, and when they started creating billboards and giant banners and giant advertising, the lead was too heavy and too cumbersome, and so they went to wood. And
so here's
and Chad's gonna show you some.
Nice.
Closer to the light.
Closer to the light.
So
That
yeah,
is awesome.
wood was developed to be produced at a large scale to do massive things, and lead was meant for small copy. So that's it.
That's the end of the tutorial.
That's the end of my.
So somebody asked to have a good PBR can crunch, and I hope they caught it. Bryce did. Bryce, did you see? Yes, he saw it. All right.
He saw it.
I got his back. I got his back.
Oh, man,
Chad, my
PBR.
next request is that you crush one against your forehead.
My forehead's delicate, man. My 5 head. I'm losing some hair on the top. I should have known. My pops has little hair on the top of his head.
The Post was a comic book, and all of you were superheroes at the Post family.
Yes.
What would your superpowers be, and who's the villain?
Oh man, you gotta start talking about my sleep gravity that you talked about in the car when we were
Sleep
driving
gravity.
up to Michigan the other day.
Yeah, Chad has this power that if he falls asleep, he has this gravity around him that it makes everybody else around him fall asleep as well. The closer you are to him, the faster you'll fall asleep after he does.
Here's the thing, though. When Chad falls asleep, he spills a bottle of chloroform all over the place, and it makes everybody pass out.
It's a secret. It's a secret power, not a special power.
It's not a power. It's a bottle of chloroform.
Rod's secret power is he can always be dark and in the background and super ominous.
Yeah, now he's a shadow.
He's never in every interview and everything we do. He's always in the shadows.
He's photo bombing. He's video bombing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alex has really good
So
hair.
Yeah.
Alex is the hair superhero. And
Nice,
Sam is the
nice.
Jewish guy.
That's true.
Every show has one.
Sam is the token Jew. Okay, so who's the villain?
That's
Can
true.
we tell Jewish jokes on this?
I don't know.
Sure, why not?
I'm sorry? No. That's
So who's the villain?
So what was the question of?
Who's the villains?
Scott.
I don't know.
Well, I
That was
mean,
great how you
he's
said
got
it in
on the spot,
unison right
guys.
away.
Yeah.
It was just so obvious when you asked that question.
I mean,
We love him so much.
yeah, no.
there's no
villain.
villains.
There's no
There's no
villains.
villain.
The
Uh,
villain-
Here's the thing. Here's the
except
thing.
for
This-
the man.
This is why we can
Right.
talk about each other, though, and it's cool because we all love each other like brothers, and we hate each other like brothers. So it's
Yeah.
awesome. So it's cool.
It's
We
totally
love you,
cool.
Scott, and
Yeah.
we love you, Paps. You're like a brother to me, Paps.
Has there ever been fisticuffs at the Post family?
Oh man.
God. No. Close? Maybe.
No.
No.
Rod threw a scoop. cone
Violence
once,
of
and
any sort?
I thought it was. I thought
Oh,
that
Rod
was. I
did
thought we were
throw
gonna throw down,
shit.
but that was years ago.
And now I feel bad about the Scott thing that it's on Twitter.
It's on Twitter. God damn it! Can you erase Twitter?
It's public,
No, you
guys. It's
can't
going
erase
out there.
Twitter.
Oh man.
The internet is forever.
I don't think there has been any fights, and if there has, it's been followed immediately by hugs, so it cancels itself
Yeah.
out.
We totally get pissed at each other, but then it's
We
resolved.
hate each other. I mean, like we hate and love each other in a very organically brotherly way.
Dude, there's a dog here.
Yeah, I don't know who that dog is.
It's the
You know,
Pabst
we
dog.
fight what we care.
Is that
dog.
Is it dragging a barrel of Pabst behind it?
All right, you guys continue on. I'm gonna see why there's a dog here.
Can you get more beers for us?
Yes.
Thank you.
Bring the dog back if
sorry.
you can. I want to see the dog.
Yeah, bring the dog into picture, please.
Right. Okay, so here's another good one. What is the best thing about being a collaborative, and what is the worst thing about being a collaborative?
Paying for things, paying for everything. Because it's easier because you split it by 7. It's harder because 7 people have to pay for things.
Well, that's collaborative rent.
It's hard.
It's rent as a
Pay-
collaboration.
It's hard to do when.
I think about. Are you asking us about like artistic collaboration, or just any
Whatever you want to call it. The biggest source of stress and the biggest source of joy.
I think it's that we are all. What I think, everyone's talented in their own right, and they have their own strengths, and that's awesome because when we're trying to learn things that aren't our strengths, it's amazing to be able to collaborate with our friends who are really good at, like Rod's a killer screen printer, so it's awesome to call him, when we have to print something. But on the opposite end, I think, we're a democracy in the sense that majority rules, and that means not everyone always wins. So sometimes it's hard. We all have strong opinions. If we didn't really like each other, I think it would be hard. But since we're all friends, it's not that bad. But it's hard to make decisions as a collaborative.
Oh, sure.
Did we solve the dog issue?
What is this dog?
Where did that
You
dog?
can't hear us.
What happened to the dog?
Oh.
The dog is with the plumber next door setting up the new bar that we're having installed for our show.
It's gonna be awesome.
It's
Not
gonna
only
be
does
sweet.
this
Fantastic.
bar is like this crazy thing that Scott built with all this found wood,
This way.
and it has a chiller and a triple, double, reverse osmosis bullshit, and it has a special spout.
It has a spigot.
Has a
I think he called it a
spigot.
spigot.
It's over the top. Whatever happened to good old tap water? That's a
It sounds like that's going to be like the feature of the show.
It might be.
Yeah.
I feel like once this bar goes in, people are not going to want to leave. And Scott's actually kind of concerned about that. I talked to him earlier.
Yeah. I mean, so the big thing about our space is like, this is another tangent, but we built it so that it goes from a very formal space, a formal gallery space, and as you move back into the space, there's like 5 rooms, and it gets more and more laid back and more like a family room and more of a place where you can come and hang out and just spend a lot of time. But the problem is that when we have shows once a month, that people don't ever leave. They come for like 8 hours, which is cool. But we have like such a great like lounge.
Well, we're just off of that. We're not like a typical gallery. We're not around a bunch of other galleries. So the people who come here come to like hang out and have fun. And the thing that I've always hated about galleries in general is that they're so formal. You have your little cup of wine and you walk around a couple times, then you have to leave. And in our space, I hope like really isn't like that. It's much more of like come, check out the art, have a drink and hang out and be hang out with us. So it's kind of sweet because the people who end up staying all night, and it often becomes some sort of dance party, and it ends up being a really fun event.
Well, it's a great segue.
We're
to
not
a
too
question
cool
that
for
was asked in the
school. Who
audience.
said that?
It was a great question from somebody in the audience. Bryce Fabule wanted to know, what are your thoughts on Dribbble, and is it helpful or hurtful for building design community?
What's Dribble?
I know what Dribbble is. I bet I'm the only one here who knows what Dribbble is.
I don't even know what that is.
I think Dribble's awesome. I think it's, it's a great. They've done a really good job of keeping it as a strong community. So the people who are on there actually spend time sharing their thoughts and ideas with other people. So if you like actually use it as a tool to like, hey, I'm working on this, and show other people that, I think it's a great way to have a lot of cool people look at your stuff immediately. I think it's really cool. Do you guys even know
So
what
if
it
people
is?
aren't familiar with this,
So
if people aren't familiar with it, it's a way to share creative things that you're currently working on and also get feedback. You can request critiques on your work, and the community will come and gather and rip your stuff to shreds.
But there's awesome people on Dribbble. I mean, there's really talented, smart people, and it's not like been big negative, horrible comments. I think people have insightful things to say.
Victoria digs Dribbble.
Yeah.
So if
But
Victoria likes
Adam
it,
does not like it.
Adam doesn't like it.
Adam Groom.
He spelled his name with a T.
Sorry. It's okay. You're entitled to your opinion.
I know nothing
Next
about
question.
it, so I'll
Bud.
hang up with you.
Hey, bud.
Hey, Bud's on
Is
here.
Bud
Hi, Bud.
Rodecker? Bud. Hi, Bud. We got to get Bud on the show sometime.
Bud.
Bud's awesome.
Bud's
Yeah, Bud is
super
awesome.
We're going to take another question from audience report. I missed that. Who said what?
We were just looking at Bud. We said he has to be on the show, and he just went done. How
Nice.
can I get involved with the goodness at Hamilton Type Museum?
Go there.
You should go to their website, woodtype.org, and there's some contact information there. There's some prints. You can become a member and donate small to large amounts of money, and you get prints and updates about what's going on up there. You can even email Jim. There's a contact on there, and say, hey, we'd like to help. What can we do to help you out? And he may say, hey, do X, Y, Z. But just reach out. I think he's really excited to hear the enthusiasm from the community on what he's doing and what everyone's doing up there, and we'll be stoked to hear from people that are excited to be involved. There's Waze Goose, the first weekend in November up there. Alex and I went with Margot Harrington, and who else did we go up there with? Andy and Julie from Letterform.
Yep.
But there's Matthew Carter was there.
Matthew Carter was there last year, and we printed his new wood typeface, and that was absolutely amazing.
It's a really good time. You meet some really, really good people and some super type nerds, which is always good company, I think. So check it out.
Chad, I think I saw recently that you attended Cusp Conference. Is that correct?
I did, yes.
I wanted to ask you about that experience because we actually here on video. We are broadcasting from Symbolic, which is a design office in West Dundee, formerly known as Samata Mason. They are the ones who put on Cusp Conference. This year was the third year. DesignChat is a media sponsor for Cusp Conference. We actually did a live video broadcast from there, and I preach it to everyone that will listen to me about the experience. Chad, and I wanted to get your take on it. Had you been to one before, and what was your take on the whole thing?
I hadn't. I was lucky enough that Don Hancock from Firebelly recommended me to Kevin over at Symbolic for their conference illustrator. So I was able to go and kind of take in every discussion and take some notes and in turn do some small illustrations based on each presenter. But I was going to try to do stuff within the space. It's 2 days long, and it's full of, I mean, I can't even explain it. Like, everyone looks at it and sees the price tag on it, which is kind of unfortunate because it is a little bit robust. But now that I went there and experienced that for the 2 days, it's brilliant. It's so inspiring. It's like everything from people talking about. There was a 16-year-old photographer that's worked with Nike and Converse called Olivia B. That was really brilliant and well-spoken. They opened each day with this kid named Abraham, who was a 12-year-old pianist that played his own compositions to kind of lead us into the day. And there was just inspiring talks, people that are doing innovative things. There was a guy talking about redistributing his, as farmers, they're finding it like they get 3 cents off of each box of cereal, and they're trying to break that cipher and make more money on what they're selling. So he was talking about setting up this online community of buying specialty goods directly from farmers. So all over the gamut. I could keep talking about this for hours, but it was really brilliant. It was, I
can't believe I totally didn't recognize you. At one point during the conference, I remember seeing you sketching, and I was like literally feet from you. But it's really weird because I have all these like digital sort of online interactions with people, and then I meet them face to face, and it takes a little bit like of adjustment because it like for whatever reason you don't recognize someone right away, and it's really weird.
For sure,
definitely. Yeah, I had the same experience. It was amazing. Olivia B., the one you just mentioned, just agreed to do a design chat. She's going to be on in like 3 weeks from now.
Oh, stellar!
Totally.
She was. I couldn't believe how well spoken that young lady was. It was super inspiring. I think the best quote from the entire conference was from her, and she had said that she wants to show other people that teenagers aren't just pot-smoking thrash bots, which I thought was awesome, which is a perfect reference for an illustration from me. I can do some weirdo like illustration about pot smoking thrash bots now because she prompted that, so it was awesome.
You said pot and the number went up to like 3 numbers.
Yeah?
If we keep talking about dirty things, maybe
keep
that
talking
number will
about
go
weed
up.
and our audience will grow. So Chad, when will we see those illustrations that you did from the Cusp conference?
I've actually started doing a little bit more research this week, and I'm hoping to. There's probably a total of 28 different collages that I'm going to do for the conference. and this is the first time anyone from Symbolic will ever hear this. So 28 collages, guys, I'm giving you.
Nice.
Probably in the next month to month and a half. They'll kind of be dribbling out over my website and the Post Family website, and you guys will see those soon.
It looks like we've got a couple video questions, so I'm going to go ahead and bring those on. The first one is our good friend James White, illustrator from Nova Scotia, Canada. Let's bring him on and get.
I love Nova Scotia. Nova Scotia is awesome.
James, I cannot see you and or hear you.
Oh no! Can you hear
You
me
look
now?
good though.
He's
you.
reselecting
James,
his
can hear
camera
you.
right now. I just heard.
Oh, I am?
So we'll just let him fix
I
it.
am. We can hear you, James, man. We can't see you, though.
Really? Okay, there we go.
Oh, there he
Oh,
is.
there
Hey!
Hey, James.
Hey, everybody.
That's a
Yay.
handsome looking dude.
What's up, guys?
What's
How you
happening?
doing?
Cool, not too much. How you guys doing? Good.
Awesome.
Pretty good.
Awesome.
Well,
I'm really
it's
enjoying the chat,
microphones.
guys. You guys are awesome and really super inspiring, and I appreciate you guys coming on DesignChat, dudes. This
Thank you.
is wicked. Awesome.
Thank you.
And my
Thank you.
question, my question is, are there any kind of this may seem cliche, you guys may have already touched on some of this or whatever, but are there any like artists or clients out there that you guys have always wanted to kind of collaborate with or work with, like kind of like some of your design heroes or anything like that that you'd kind of jump at the chance to work with, like each of you guys individually, like anybody?
Yeah, why don't we
You
just
wanna
go
around
around
the circle?
Yeah, let's just go around the circle.
I mean, first we should say that Levi's experience the last month was really stellar.
yeah, they were amazing.
Levi's really hooked us up with a good space to just do a printmaking residency in San Francisco about, what was that, 2 months ago now?
That was amazing.
That was
nice.
brilliant.
Post that. There's a link to that video that should go up here because that video
Yeah, yeah.
makes us look cooler than we are.
And I've always wanted to get free clothes for some reason, so that
We
so that
got
fulfilled
so
that.
much denim. It almost looked ridiculous.
So outside of that, do we want to go around and?
I got one.
Okay, Sam.
Real quick, we got the opportunity to work with 37 Signals, where they just moved into this new office that we've gotten the chance to see, and they have this really, really, really large mural that, how wide is it, do you remember?
32 feet.
32 feet wide
Wow.
mural that we get to do in their space. And I mean, I don't know. I mean, we're Chicago guys, and that's a pretty cool company in Chicago to work with. And I think when we got the opportunity to work with those guys, we were really, really, really excited.
Yeah, and this is the first time that we've ever done something that big too, so it's really exciting that they're even letting us kind of experiment in their space, which is awesome.
Very
Alex,
cool.
who would you like to work for?
A dream collaboration?
So-
Dream collaboration.
That's super hard, man. I really want to collaborate with Son and Zimmer. They're like my local heroes.
They're everyone's local heroes.
They're everybody's local.
So if
hero.
we're going back to the comic book, we had a villain, but we didn't have like the top superheroes. That would be Son and Zimmer, I think.
Mhm.
Yeah, they would be like that godly figure.
Yeah.
They're
Within the
they're the big
laboratory,
screen.
making those crazy things.
And if people don't know who Son and Zimmer are, they're two Nick and
Google,
Nadine,
Google that
and
shit.
they're
Can't spell it.
amazing designers and screen printers and artists.
And one of our interns got to collaborate with them before we really. I mean, we collaborated with them. We had them in our space, and they
yeah,
filled out the
we
space for the
curated
show,
stuff,
But,
but
Nice.
yeah,
yeah, they're pretty.
Rod,
Yeah, I don't know.
Neck face.
Yeah, no, I don't know who I'd really want to work with. I'm sure there's other artists out there that
who was
I
that guy that did this?
like a lot, but I don't know if I
James.
would want to work with another artist. But anywhere that I could draw a lot of astronauts, I guess.
Rod loves to
Get
draw
paid.
astronauts.
Yeah, I've been digging some astronauts. So I don't know. Anybody that wants to hire me to draw astronauts, that'd be great.
Cool, James. Well, thank you so much for calling in and doing a video. And guys, if you're not familiar with James
Thanks,
White,
James.
please look him up. He's got a blog called Signal Noise, and he does awesome work there and talks about everything that's going on in the design community. He does some live video too, so watch. James, what's your Twitter handle again, so they can watch for your live video?
Oh, it's just Signal Noise. That's it.
So at Signal Noise on Twitter.
Signal noise.
You got it, man. Thanks a
Cool,
lot,
man.
guys. Thanks a lot, Ryan, for having this, and all the best to Post Family, man. Keep rocking it, guys. Rock and roll.
Thanks,
buddy.
buddy.
We'll talk to you
Appreciate
soon.
it.
Cool. We've got another video question waiting in line here, so we're just going to go ahead and bring her on. It's Elaine Chernoff from the aforementioned Quite Strong. Elaine, we're not seeing your video right now, so if you can adjust that. Say hi, just so we can test your audio really quick. And she's gone. Hey!
Nope.
She's here.
There she is. Hi, Lane.
We can see you.
Hello?
Can she hear us?
We can see you.
Can you hear
Hi
us?
guys, can you see me?
Hi.
Hey.
Yeah,
I
and we
think
can
we
hear
got a little
you.
bit of a lag.
Hi.
Okay.
Hi.
Hi.
Go ahead, Elaine.
I can't see the dudes.
We're right here.
We're
We're
coming,
right
we're
here.
coming.
Hi.
Hey.
Hey, where did
How's
Sam
it going?
go?
He went
Sam's
to
lit.
get more
Well,
beer.
I have cause I'm so I'm the resident Jew at Quite Strong, so I have a resident Jew question for him. I'm wondering,
we
sort
can-
of like what
Awesome.
your expenses
Let's-
are and how you justify them month to month, and
Oh.
like,
Snap.
do you just do it
Hey,
because you love
God
it?
damn it. No, hold
or,
it. Pause.
Um,
I need to. Sammy.
I don't know. We can't answer that question for him. That is a very delicate question. Hold on, here he is. He's coming back.
Oh no.
Here we go.
We have a lot of expenses. It's ridiculous, and we don't pay them
Oh, Elaine.
on time.
Oh,
On
you
time.
know her. You know her.
Sam, okay, Elaine.
Money. You
Can
wanna
you?
know about money?
Can you raise your question again? Can you ask your question again, Elaine? To Sam?
Sorry. I had to pee.
Hey.
Hey.
Okay, we got a little bit of a delay, I think.
We gathered the Jew.
My question is, what are your expenses? I mean, you don't have to get you can get as specific as you want, but what are they, and how you justify them every month, and do you do like any kind of fundraising, or like how does that work, or do you just like pay it out of the goodness
Totally.
of your heart every month to keep your dream alive?
So first of all, the Post family is not about money. If the Post family was about money, we would not be here any longer.
That's true.
That's
We are
number
broke.
one. And
We are
most-
so broke.
Most important. Number two is I think we have income and expense. So in terms of income, our money comes from everyone in the Post family pays dues. So everyone pays rent every month. The rent covers the actual rent of the space. It covers like a split up of our utilities, and then on top of that we have an online store. The store, if you sell products, 25%. Like if Chad sells a really sweet print that he just put up for share and make, and he sells it, 25% of that goes back to the. So that's where our money comes from. We'll have a show, like we'll have a show tomorrow night. That should make some money. Or Friday night, that should make some money hopefully. And then money expenses, our main expense is rent. We pay gas, we pay internet, Vonage, and then the big thing that I think is kind of sweet is we use a few tools online to help us keep our together. So one of those things is Backpack. We have all of our calendar events, and we have like all of our passwords and just sort of communication on there. Our banking's obviously all online. So it's a balance. I mean, one day hopefully we'll make way more money than we actually are making, but right now we just try to keep it pretty even, and opportunities to work like with 37 Signals or some other like things that we've been able to do, we put into the account, and all the money typically just goes towards the space, and whatever is the highest priorities tends to win.
Yeah, like overdraft fees.
Yeah. Got a lot of those lately. Why do we always on video
Cool,
have
Elaine.
to talk about our finances? Don't we talk about our finances?
Elaine,
in the
thank you for your
Typeface
call.
film,
You've
too?
got quite a
Yeah.
lag, so I'm going to go ahead and drop your call right now. So thanks again, Elaine, for coming on. And everybody check out Quite Strong. QuiteStrong.com.
Quite Strong is
and on Twitter,
awesome.
they're at Quite Strong.
Go Chicago.
Thanks, bye.
Woo!
Yeah, I don't know if it's just me or because of the network that sort of like started up from doing these shows and talking to people. It seems now more than ever to me, or just has recently become apparent, how strong Chicago's design community really is. And I'm sure you guys are feeling the effects of that too, with everybody who's coming by to your studio. Is that something that you guys were sort of felt a part of before you started this, or is that sort of new to you guys in the last 3 years?
I would say that's pretty new.
Yeah.
I mean, it's funny because we all came from different little groups and pods in Chicago before we all kind of met each other. And gosh, in the last 3 years, we have met so many new people. I mean, it's like exponential every couple months. But we've got a really, really tight, amazing, collaborative, supportive scene in Chicago, and now it's even starting to break out into New York and San Francisco, to similar scenes that are kind of growing together, which is just amazing. And a lot of it is surrounding people that are just graphic designers and freelance and illustrators and printmakers, but there's all this kind of good energy around those scenes. It's awesome.
That's pretty
Totally.
much how it is. I agree, bud.
See, it's so hard sometimes because I can't see what the chat room's saying.
Bud says everyone's
just making it up as they go.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what we've done.
That's what we've done. Yeah, I mean, we just wanted a space where we could make, and then all of a sudden, all this other stuff happened, and we didn't plan for it, and we didn't really try to do it, and we're just incredibly excited and appreciative for the opportunities that we've had, and that's it. That's the bottom line.
Just like to Chicago, so like the point of Chicago, I mean, we have a really awesome space here, and it's less than $1,500 a month to rent. I mean, it's big and it's nice, and I think we're pretty lucky because in other major metropolitan cities like San Francisco and New York, there's just no way you're gonna find a space like that. So, there's a great community, but and you're close enough to like a really serious metropolitan like urban center, but you can afford to have like a really nice space 5 minutes away that fills your needs, and I think that's a really cool thing about Chicago.
So where exactly is the studio? What's your address over there? Like what streets are you by in Chicago?
We're 1821 West Hubbard, so we're Hubbard and like between Ashland and Damon.
And now we've got an amazing new giant hand-painted sign on our building that Scott designed, and it's
pretty sweet.
It's beautiful.
What does the sign say?
Hubbard Loft.
It's just for the building.
Hubbard Street Lofts.
Mm-hmm. But it's big and it's hand painted.
Very cool. So everybody show up at their address all at the same time and drink all of their Pabst and steal their Pabst toothbrushes, because nobody should have that many Pabst toothbrushes ever.
It's true. It's true.
We're going to take some more questions from the audience. The next one is from T. Manderson at Twitter. Do you stick strictly to the print medium? How have you / do you plan on incorporating any technology? You guys seem to be a pretty low-tech kind of group, yes?
Low-tech? Oh my God, no. We are, it's insane. We are such a mix of low-tech and high-tech. It's amazing. It's so inspiring to me because Sam always gets mad at me because he thinks I am an idiot when it comes to the computer. And he's partially true. He's definitely got something there. And he's always scared that I'm going to break something, and I don't ever know what I'm talking about. And that's partially true.
It's all true.
It's all true. But the great thing is that we're all incredibly passionate about high tech and all the newest Ruby on Rails. Oh, see, I already sound like an idiot. I already sound like an idiot. I said one thing. All right. But it's like Sam and Scott are really amazing, and so is David with tech, and
Well, here's a good
Chad's
example.
got the analog nailed.
Yeah,
and
I do the analog.
I like to do weird conceptual websites.
Yeah,
and
Alex does some
letterpress and
conceptual websites. I think Alex is a good example because he just started a blog called onamountaintop.com, right?
onamountaintop.com.
And
That's
you can
nice.
just post up a line, and after it goes up live, and after 20 people say something, it evaporates and it's not there. It's not logged. So you could just go up there and put up whatever you want. But he also just developed a couple books based on like minimalist and Bauhaus practices. So it's like total gamut, you know.
To answer your question, I think like this space has a strong emphasis on like back to the hands, using your hands, making art. But we're all very, very, very much plugged into technology, and I think we found like a benefit in like being able to understand where things came from, being able to actually like sit down and make things and touch things.
Yeah, I mean, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the internet, obviously. You know, like our main presence when we started was on the internet. So, although, you know, almost half of us don't have Facebook pages or Twitter pages, which is pretty amazing, I think, right now. We all really respect that medium and know that, you know, we're all about making things, and it's really all about finding the best tools in order to make whatever you want to do. And if the best tools happen to be that new medium, we're all for it.
Yeah, I think that's a really, really good point, is that we are just totally open to anything, and I think that's allowed us to just grow so fast, personally and as a group. So.
Well, that totally kills, knowing that only half of you guys have Facebook accounts. That totally kills one of my questions here, which I was going to talk about, like
the movie.
It was the what now?
The
social network movie.
The new movie with JT.
Not the movie, but Facebook itself. Today they had this big announcement that's talking about some new products or whatever you want to call them within Facebook, and one of the big ones was groups. And so the idea being, you know, you have this social group of designers maybe that you want to talk to about this, but then you've got this family group that might include your like 9-year-old cousin, and you don't want to drop, you know, whatever turd bomb, you know, something, you know, like what was the one that Olivia B said? Something bot, thrash bot.
The
you know
thrash
what, like,
bots.
You don't want that conversation.
Right.
Exactly. And you know, on the way up here, it was really weird. I was listening to like this weird like folk station, and they were talking about how like knowledge was passing through generation to generation, you know, and stories about history were being told, you know, and it's this really weird mix right now of like seeing where we came from and how ideas and stories get told. But now we have it's like this online cloud. We're still trying to figure it out, Facebook sort of thing. My question was going to be, but now knowing that you guys aren't on, is that something that's helped you guys, or you've tried to leverage to reach out to people, or are there more organic ways that you guys are focusing on?
We use everything. I mean, we have a Facebook page for the post. I mean, I don't know who actually is the administrator on it. Sam, I guess. I mean, we're
all over the place. I mean,
we're all over the place.
When we have shows, I make a point to take a couple days and walk around the city and put postcards out, and I know Sam did that as well. You know, it's I think we're pretty split down the middle, like 50-50 on like word of mouth and web right now. You know, we do put up our events on Facebook, and some of us, we do have a Post Family Twitter account, which not all of us write to, but
we use Campaign Monitor.
Yeah,
we send out email blasts, and you know, we use a lot of different blogs and news channels and outlets there.
But we're also so have the benefit of we're all different dudes, and we have our own little network. So there's 7 of us, and when something happens, we all get to like use whatever best is to communicate to our people to make people come out. So I think it's definitely.
I just want to shout out really quick. There's somebody on Twitter right now. Her name is Pushing Vision, @PushingVision on Twitter. She's pretty much quoting the entire show on Twitter and hashtagging it DesignChat. So thank you so much.
Awesome.
I think that's rad. And you should be an official member of DesignChat now, because you probably had more posts with the DesignChat hashtag than anybody probably besides me.
Dude, I think she just had mad
awesome.
Caffeine. She's like tweaking out.
She might have. So
Which-
we've got a couple more text questions. We're going to take those. Yeah?
Cool. I was just looking back at the chat and see if there's anything else we can discuss. Talking about post. Do you emphasize the word post when you say or print the word postcard?
No, we don't.
No. They
We
emphasize
never even
family.
asked
We
that
do.
question.
We do. We do
Family,
like
yeah,
our family
but
name.
the word post and where that came from and why you guys use it.
Um, long story short, I've been kind of a nerd with like band names and song names since like high school, and I stumbled upon it on like a holiday postcard, and thought it was an interesting name because post doesn't just mean like the last name; it has a whole bunch of different meanings to it. And after doing a little bit more research, realized that like post, the actual Post family is like the longest recorded surname in history. Um, and
Really?
also, you know, the kind of connotations to postmodernism. It's our post family. It's past it's like our second family.
Or third.
And Sam has a really good sound bite that I'd like him to give about
Okay.
our family. Why Sam? How he explains how we work like a family.
My whole shtick about the family part of the post, I like the post that it's our second family, but the idea of like, I got two little brothers, Benny and Leo, and I love them to death, and there's very little I wouldn't do for them. I mean, if they needed something from me, regardless of the legality, more, you know, about the morality of it, I'll take care of them. They're my brothers. Like, my connections, my relationships, my friendships, if I can help my brother, I'm gonna help him. And the reason is because, you know, we're brothers. I don't really know why exactly all of us became brothers, but that's the whole point. The whole point of the family has never been about like a specific thing, like a specific style of art or a specific thing we're trying to, you know, do. It's all about each other. It's about supporting each other. It's about, you know, we all come from different places and we all have different things that are good and bad. And the whole point is when Chad needs help, if I can help him, I'm going to help him because he's my brother. And if I need help, I know I can call Alex because he's my brother.
Hey Sam.
Uh-oh.
Hey Sam. Hey Sam. Do you have a cigarette?
Come on, man.
Sam doesn't smoke.
Nice.
But that's the point. We're just supporting each other.
That's awesome, and that's a great message. And you know, obviously, the love within your inside your group, is reaching out to others, and that's just so inspiring to see. Jonathan Strube wants to know what is, and you kind of already answered this. What is the something that the family aspires to do as individuals or as a collective?
I think it kind of goes back to our very vague mission statement. I think me individually and as a group, we're just excited about new ideas, and we want to, if possible, be a place where people can kind of start those new ideas and change their language from like I'm going to do something to I am doing something. So we want to be, you know, nothing inspires me more on a personal level than seeing someone doing exactly what they want to be doing and really rocking it out and having a good time with it. So the more people we can inspire to do that, the better off, the more inspired I will be to succeed with what I'm doing. You know, you guys kind of all feel like that?
Yes.
There you go.
Awesome. And the last one here is from Penelope Singer, who wants to know, do you have a strategy for your online marketing?
It's Chad's beard.
Best SEO.
Number one SEO in the city.
Beard.
It's homegrown
no.
SEO.
I think we have very much a throw everything at a wall and whatever sticks, run with it approach with online marketing. The spaghetti marketing approach.
Love it.
SEO, spaghetti optimization.
But yeah, we don't have. I mean, we try to spread it as far as we can online and by word of mouth, and I don't think we. I mean, we're not doing a lot of super experimental online reach out. You know, we're just pretty much doing Facebook, Twitter. I tend to be one that takes a lot of documentation of whatever I'm doing, so it's not just a final product. And showing the and I think all of us kind of do that, showing the process of what we're doing. So is that kind of a marketing strategy? Maybe it's just kind of what we like to do.
And one thing that we try to do, is we respond to every single email we get. And sometimes it takes a while, and sometimes it's confusing on how that happens. But I mean, like, we're just down, you know. Like, if somebody emails us and says, "Hey," like, we're happy to help if we can. So, I mean, aside from like Facebook and Google and Twitter and all these tools that are out there, which we try to use and we use okay, like, if you have a question to us, like, it doesn't matter. We will respond to you, even if that response is we can't really help you. I think that's important. Like,
we definitely do everything that we can to respond to everybody that contacts with us, gets in contact with us, and sometimes it takes longer than others, and sometimes things fall off. But I kind of have like a 2 email rule when I contact other people. So, yeah, that's a big part of the email correspondence.
That's awesome. Guys, we're getting to the end of the chat here. We've gone a little bit over because we had that weird problem earlier. So if there's any last questions, get them in there now because you only got a couple minutes. First of all, guys, I just want to thank you for taking the time for hanging out tonight and hanging with the people who come here for DesignChat. That's really awesome, you guys. I hope to make it into the city sometime soon and see one of your events. I'm just outside of Chicago, so I'll definitely be hitting you guys up soon. I want to let everybody know who our guest is for next week. I'm bringing that up right now. You were just saying that you've got an event like next week. What are the other things that are coming up for you in the near future here?
I think that's our last show for the year.
We'll probably do something for New Year's.
We usually do something
We've
for
got
New
the
Year's.
mural, and then next year we start planning for next year. We're doing 4 big blowout shows next year instead of 1 every month.
We are. Chicago Urban Artists Society is inviting us to their big warehouse space in Pilsen to do a show.
We're gonna
early fall next year.
Yeah, we're gonna do a post-family book.
We are in the next year or so here.
That kind of documents the first 3-4 years.
We're all over the place.
So we've got some stuff in the works.
What
we're gonna do? Cool. All right, we're gonna announce it because if we announce it,
then
we'll do it.
We have to do it.
We are going to relaunch our website at the beginning of this year. We're gonna relaunch our website at the beginning of this year.
Website. Nice. So now,
we're gonna
January 1st,
we're gonna attempt
we're all
to do that.
expecting to see that, guys.
There will be something or nothing at all. We'll see what happens.
We're gonna have a sweet under construction animated GIF
for 3
years.
Cat
family helmet.
Yeah.
Have a cat
shoveling.
And a counter.
A cat.
Oh wait, I forgot. You guys don't like cats. It's got to be the spaghetti SEO.
Spaghetti SEO.
There you go.
Spaghetti SEO.
State of the art. That's some futuristic shit.
Last question from the audience here from Adam Groom, who was trying to get on video but we couldn't figure it out. Is what advice can you give on choosing the right type of space? Mistakes you made along the way.
Oh man, we looked at a lot of spaces.
We did look at a lot of. I mean, even before we met each other, really, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's. I think, at least to me, the most important thing of having a space is finding something that's easy to get to, because there's always a good excuse not to go, you know. And having a space that's really easy to get to from your house is a big deal, I think.
We've all sort of slowly gravitated towards.
It's true.
Yeah, we're all moving closer to our studio.
Closer to it.
It's true.
That's
nice.
We have a ridiculously great landlord and management company that's allowed us to like repaint the front and pay for it, and has been really supportive in us moving and kind of evolving within the space. So I think having a good landlord and not a cheap landlord is an awesome thing.
But we didn't really know that going into it.
No, we didn't.
Though, right?
Yeah,
like we
really
kind of found that out.
And don't tell them that we snuck our logo into the new buildings.
Oh.
Yeah,
Don't worry, this will go on the internet. No one will know.
Yeah. What were you saying, Rod?
I'd say don't settle. There's tons of places out there. If you're not happy with something, it means you probably won't go as often. So find some place that's comfortable.
On the other side of that, like, do it. If you like, the only reason all happened was because we actually did it, and like it took some figuring out, but we surrounded ourselves with cool people, and we just took the leap of faith. And if you don't take that leap of faith, then it's definitely not going to happen. So I mean,
Right.
you know, it's not about the space; it's about the people and what you're doing, and the space will come. I think it's happened for us.
Mm-hmm.
Words to live by. Thank you, Sam, Alex, Chad, and Rod. Say hi to the other guys from the Post family. Thanks again for coming out. I want to tell everybody that next week we've got pretty much every person who works at Threadless, another Chicago group. Look 'em up.
Awesome. I'll
They're
be
gonna
there
be-
for that for sure.
They're going to be on next week. Very much looking forward to that. The week after, we've got Bob Zini from the Society of Typographic Arts, who's going to be talking about their gala the very next Thursday. So lots of good stuff going on, especially Chicago stuff. Yay, Chicago. Thank you, Post Family. Everybody follow them on Twitter. They're at Post Family. And check out their blog at Post Family. So thanks for
All right,
coming
group
on.
hug.
Bravo.
Group
Thank
hug.
you.
Group
Bring
hug,
it in,
everybody.
group hug.
Oh, group
yay.
hug. I'm feeling awkward by myself hugging the camera, so that's fine.
That is
That's
weird.
That's how
Thank
I
you.
roll, guys. That's how I roll. I'm coming by to steal
This
your
is
Pat's toothbrushes. Love you guys.
Please do.
We'll talk to you guys soon.
All right.
Much love, man. We'll see you soon.
Thanks
Yep.
a lot.